What's up, guys? Christian Duke, Early Morning Reflections here at Strength Addicts, brought to you courtesy of BlackstoneLabs.com, the holy grail of hardcore bodybuilding supplements, and TitanMedicalCenter.com for all your hormone therapies, libido enhancers, the new ECA Plus stack, and so much more. So I'm back to training early mornings. I was doing it after work, and I did two things that I think are really going to help me with my weight loss and getting in shape. So right now I'm weighing 308 pounds. So in February I had a really scary checkup of sorts. So for Go360 Human at work, I have to go and get a bunch of like little tests, and one of them was the fasted glucose, or the fasted blood sugar, and it was 110. And 100 or less is normal, as I'm sure you all know. 110 is not crazy or anything like that. It's not like super pre-diabetic or anything, but it was enough to scare me. And I was weighing 367 pounds. So at that time, PJ had told me, if I get down to 250, he'd give me $5,000, which is a huge incentive. But aside from that, I just knew that I had to get in shape. So that was February, and we are now in the end of July, so it's 60 pounds less. But to get down to 250, that's going to take, I don't know how long. PJ says if I get down to 250 by December, end of December, he'll give me the 5,000, which is awesome. But again, I'm not doing it for the 5,000. It's a nice incentive. But, I think the biggest thing for me has been late night binging. Even though within my calories, it's still a horrible thing to do, to like eat, 50, 60, 70% of your diet. In other words, not starve, but really just eat very little throughout the day so that you could, binge at night. And so it goes back to the whole, a calorie is a calorie. Yes, a calorie is a calorie, but when you eat it, I do think makes a difference. And it also makes a difference with the quality of sleep. If you're pounding in the food right before you go to sleep, A, you're not going to burn it, and B, even though it's within your caloric plan or whatnot, you're not going to sleep. You're going to sleep very, very poorly. I know that a lot of us think that it feels good to go to sleep when you're full. A lot of people feel this way during Thanksgiving, but it's actually a horrible thing to do for weight loss, and it's a horrible thing to do for sleep. And it's a horrible thing to do to your GI tract and just the whole body, just to pound, at one particular point in time, all this food, especially when you're not burning it or you're not moving around. And it's just to me, it was very detrimental. So, I've been able to completely change that the last few months, but what I have not been able, to really understand is okay, so I'm not eating all this food at night, but my sleep still is pretty much sucks, it doesn't matter if I take melatonin or kratom or kava, whatever the hell I'm taking, I could load up on what's the tea called? Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. Chamomile, it doesn't matter because I'm eating all this food. So, but then I stopped with the food. So what else could it be? And it's a training. I was training after work. I was literally, I'd go to work like most people, 9 to 5. I'd get off work. I'd go to my other office, knock out 2 interviews for Strength Addicts IG Live, plus a Legion Live, whether on Facebook or Instagram for Blackstone Labs. And then I would go do my lift, and then I would go do an hour of cardio. And by the time I got home, it'd be 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Then I'd have, my little meal, which would be a shake or something like that, or oats and protein or whatever. Light meal, but still a meal. So by the time I prepared that, ate that, let that kind of sit a little bit, and then went to sleep, now we're talking, it's midnight. And it's just, and then I'd be up. I wouldn't go to work till 8, but I wouldn't actually, maybe I'd sleep till 7, maybe 7:30, but I'd wake up at 4, I'd wake up at 5. I'd have a lot of trouble going to sleep. By the time I'd go to sleep, I'd try to go to sleep at around 11 or 12, but I actually wouldn't fall asleep till 1. And it was also because while I wasn't, full from eating a lot of food, I was, amped up because, of course, you take pre-workout, you drink a ton of water, and you're also just wired from lifting. So it just was not a good look. It was not good for sleep either. So I'm going back to the early morning training, and so if I'm going to do early morning training, I'm going to do early morning reflections. So that's where I'm at. But weight loss wise, strength wise, everything wise, I'm doing really well. just learning a lot along the way.